Talk.
Oh, sweet, we're live now. Oh, I can see my game feed right behind me. This is awesome. Shout out to anyone who can tell what my file name says. Hi. I'm Pidge. This is Super Mario RPG, and when I say this is Super Mario RPG, I say that very liberally because this is a partial category. It's 2 hours long. The goal of this category is to get to Culex and beat him as fast as possible from a new game file. And it's kind of ridiculous. So we're gonna have some fun here. The timer now starts from file select, I think. I don't know if we ever redefined this category's timing, but for the purposes of marathon, we can do that. So, I guess I'll just count us down wait, who's running the timer? Okay. So, yeah, I'll just count us down. Get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. I pressed the wrong button to start it. Yeah, so first things first, you know, it's a brand new file, so I gotta go through this opening cutscene, and then Peach is just like, hey, what's going on? And suddenly it's really dark. I don't know, Bowser's Clown Car had the ability to shift the time of day, but I guess you learn something new every day. He's gonna capture her, and I'm gonna go and rescue her from Bowser's Keep right at the start of the game. The game's already over. Way to go, everyone. The first thing I'm going to attempt to do is manipulate the RNG on the Terrapin mandatory fight. You can actually get it so that they don't attack you at all, which, like, doesn't really matter much, except it's just faster, because, like, it's pretty much impossible to die from this fight. So I'm going to see if I can do that. You do that just by, like, attacking them on a certain frame of their animation. It's not that easy to do, it's not that hard either. I'm, like, 50-50 on getting it in marathons, I think. So I'm just going to run through this room and jump over these dudes and get into this fight. And let's see if I can do this. I think that might have been a little early. Oh yeah, it was a little early. Dang. It's okay. So I'm just going to turbo mash Y now. And you'll notice that I did a physical attack for the first one, and I'm doing jumps for the last 3. There is a very important reason for that, and that's because I only have 10 flower points, and flower points are your MP in this game. Your entire party shares your reserve of FP, so if Mario uses an attack that does 3 and Mal uses an attack that does 2, like altogether the next person who goes to use a special attack will only have 5 out of 10. Mario's jump attack I use in that fight even though any attack will kill them, because Mario's jump attack is actually the only attack in this game that gets a little bit stronger every time you use it permanently. So every time you use it in the game, it gets stronger for the next fight you use it in, which is a mechanic that is like not really explained anywhere in the game, but it's actually very important for the speedrun, and you'll see why when I fight the Hammer Bros. It's pretty cool how it works out. So in this fight, Bowser becomes invincible after like 3 turns if you try to attack him, so it's pretty pointless to attack him. Just attack the support that he's standing on, just like you're playing Mario Bros. 1. And now I just gotta match with this cutscene. You know, I'm rescuing a Peach from Bowser, just like it's the end of a Mario game. Pretty awesome. Now they're gonna do this whole dramatic cutscene here. So one thing that I'm also going to explain is that in this part of the game, everything I'm doing, like when I punched the Terrapin, when I did my jumps, the animations were nice and fast because I was not doing what's called timed hits. This game has a mechanic in the battle system called timed hits where you can press any action command button, that's A, X, Y, or B, during a certain frame window in your attack that can do up to double the damage it would normally do. For your physical attacks, it's always double damage. For jump, it's 1.5. For your physical attacks, that's generally a 7 frame window you have to land it, and if you just barely miss it, it does 1.5 times damage. That is also the case for most of your special attacks. But I didn't do that at the start of the game, just because doing a timed hit is generally slower. For your physical attacks, it adds an extra animation most of the time, and for specials, it adds like 8 frames or something like that. So just to save like a little tiny minuscule bit of time, I just did untimed hits in the start of the game. But I'm going to start using timed ones when I get to the Hammer Bro fight. Time blocks is the same. A lot of the attacks from your enemies can be blocked. If a bunch of stars fly out of your head during your flinch animation, that means it's blockable. And the window for blocking is a little bit harder. If you block within a 5 frame window, then you will take 0 damage. It's kind of OP. But also extremely, extremely useful in the speedrun. So, first things first, I got sent flying back to my house because a giant sword came out of nowhere and destroyed Bowser's Keep, which means I did not rescue Peach. Every time I go to rescue Peach, a Deus Ex Machina happens, and I do not actually rescue Peach. It's pretty silly. Oh, fun fact about this game, Super Mario RPG allows the use of turbo, and the reason that turbo is allowed is because the only thing in the game it actually helps you with is tech smashing. If you try to use it in battle, the game is designed to screw you over if you try to use turbo in battles. So we just decided as a community recently, like, hey, Albrecht is doing it, the rest of us will do it too, because why not? Which means I also run the 100% category of this game, which is 5 hours long. Yeah, 100% RPG is actually only 5 hours long. My PB is 4 hours, 24 minutes, and there's a 20-minute text segment, so I'm really happy that we allow the use of turbo because my wrist was really hurting after that part. But we're not going to do that in this category. This one's only 2 hours. So, wanted to go back to the castle, look for Peach, and the giant sword's like, hey, get the hell out of here. So... well, I can't get back into Bowser's Keep, and I don't know where Peach is, so, well, that's pretty bad news. I better go tell the Mushroom Kingdom about that. First off, I better tell Toad about it. Oh, I also should probably mention I'm playing the game in Japanese because Japanese is faster text. There are literally no gameplay differences between the Japanese and the US or the European version if you play on Virtual Console. It's only text speed. In the any percent run, which is just under 3 hours, it saves a total of 10 minutes from text speed alone. In this category, it's a little less because you don't do like Nimbus Land, which is Cutscene Hell level 8. Let's skip the tutorials here, just because I don't really need to be shown how to use items or how to do timed hits. I'm going to be showing everyone else how to do that. Skip this. And we're off to Mushroom Way. As soon as Toad is done telling me what to do, he's going to give me 3 mushrooms, which is good. Alright. And we up. So first area of the game is Mushroom Way. This is a really straightforward area. You can rescue Toad here if you want, but that's slow, so I'm just gonna let him to get bullied by the Goomba. See you later, Toad. Here, you jump up on the side of the flower to avoid that encounter, and you can just grab that flower. The flowers that you grab out of chests increase your max flower points, which is really, really important because super jumping is incredibly important in this category, and that takes 7 flower points. So you want to have as many as humanly possible by the time you get to Culex. So for this fight, I'm going to be using timed jumps, which will do 43 damage here. So I did 43, and the next one I do is going to do 45. I jump on each of the Hammer Bros one by one because they have 50 health, and when you kill one, the other one increases defense power. So you want to just like take as much damage as possible. So here, an untimed punch with no weapon will always do 7 damage, and I powered up my jump so that it will always do 43. So it does exactly 50 damage, and it means I don't have to do any extra animations or anything. I just barely kill him, and it's really fast. And timing up your jump is important because it lets you do stuff like that. It also lets you do like mega damage on the other bosses that are coming up. So, nice easy fight. That fight was supposed to be a little bit of a roadblock when you first started playing it, but if you know about the fact that one increases defense as soon as the other one's dead, you can just kind of get them both close to dead super fast. So first thing I'm going to do here, before I visit the Mushroom Kingdom and get Mel into my party, is some quick menuing. I'm going to be buying a bunch of recovery items here and some equips. Oh, whoops, I forgot I have to sell something first. Sell the flower jar. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And I'm gonna do some equipping here so that I'm not told how to do it in the Mushroom Kingdom because it's a very slow tutorial. I'm gonna jump on Toad's head here and get this hidden treasure chest. This is the only point in the game you can actually get this, and it's before you even know that hidden treasure boxes are a thing. If you try to get that later in the game, there's actually an invisible wall blocking you from doing it because the game is a humongous troll. So you get the signal ring later on, which tells you when there's a hidden chest box in a room, and you come back into the Mushroom Kingdom, you spend like hours here and cannot find it because the game is just a jerk. But you grab that, and I got what's called a frog coin. The frog coins are the green coins that you're gonna see throughout the route, and what those do is they're like a special form of currency that's like rarer than the yellow coins, and they just kind of allow you to get some different special items that you can't buy with regular coins. In this route, that would be like the Sleepy Bomb and the Bracer and Energizer, which give you boosts to your stats. In every other category of this game, you would buy the EXP booster in Seaside Town, which gives double experience to whoever wears it, but you don't actually need that in this category, which saves you a ton of time from not having to get frog coins. So like after Tadpole Pond, I'm gonna be like ignoring all frog coins, which looks super different from any percent because some of them are like a little bit out of the way to get, and I'm just like skipping all of them. But that first one I get because it's before Tadpole Pond, and I want to grab some power-ups. So this is all just dialogue about explaining what happened to Peach and me being like, well, I better go out into the world and see if I can find her somewhere, and then I'm interrupted because I'm getting a new party member. And Croco here is kind of a jerk. He stole Mallow's allowance money, and Mallow needed to get something for his grandfather, and he comes into town and his money gets stolen, so he can't get it. That's too bad. Poor kid. So Mario is gonna take time out of his mission and help this kid on his quest to get his money back. Cause Mario's just a nice guy. So I'm gonna talk to him, and he's gonna join my party. Oh yeah, this is one of the categories where I don't equip Mallow, so I don't have to worry about that menu that I keep forgetting in all bosses. Yeah, so the thing about me running this game is I run the main category, which is any percent, and I also run 3 side categories, which are kind of memes, and they all have different menus and different boss strats, so remembering all of them is kind of a thing. So the guy that stole Mallow's coin ran off to Bandit's Way, so I'm gonna chase him down and get Mallow's coin back, and then after that I'm gonna do the first major glitch of the game. But here, like in this fight, it's really emphasized just how important it is to block attacks, because the way that the damage is calculated in this fight is kind of ridiculous. So Bandit's Way is just like another kind of basic area like Mushroom Way, not too different from Mushroom Way. There's just like more enemies here, and it's a bit bigger. The spinny pink flowers are there and such. So I'll just explain a little bit about the Croco fight. He has 2 attacks. He dashes into you and he tosses bombs. You can perfect block the dashes for 0 damage. You cannot block bombs. They will always do the same amount of damage no matter what. So if he tosses a bomb at you, it does 24 damage to Mario and he has 25 health. So if you take any other damage from mistiming your blocks on the dashes, like you're gonna die and waste a turn from having to revive. And that's really annoying. So it's really important to learn how to do the time block for this fight. It's kind of like a wake-up call for like learning the speedrun. It's like, oh, this is actually kind of hard. That was a 2-frame jump that I miss all the time, so I'm pretty happy that I got that. What's happening here is I got an invincibility star, and I'm just taking out as many dogs as possible because... Oh shoot, I took the wrong thing there. That should be okay. That might make the Croco fight a little bit longer, but not like a huge deal. So here I got the invincibility stars, the enemies that you take out, depending on which star it is, they give you like, a certain amount of EXP per hit. So for the Bandit's Way star, I hit 15 dogs, and each of the dogs gives you 1 EXP. So everyone in my party, I think, just got 15 EXP from that. Okay, so Croco fight is happening. So I'm gonna be doing some jumps. My jump is a little underpowered right now because I accidentally took HP instead of SP, but it's okay. It will not matter that much in the long run. So that perfect block there was super important. I'm just gonna be blocking his dashes and healing if I need to when he throws bombs. And Mallow is just using the honey syrup, and the honey syrup replenishes my flower points because I'm using jump every turn, which takes 3 FP, and I have 12 in total. And since the entire party shares flower points, when Mallow uses the honey syrup, it replenishes it for everybody. Mal gets hit by a bomb, that's actually fine. If Mal gets hit twice and dies, I should be okay because I have a lot of HP and I haven't taken any damage on Mario. And Mal doesn't really do anything here except heal your flower points. So if he dies, it's like not really a big deal. And I'm gonna use another honey syrup now. And Croco wastes a turn when he heals himself. That self-heal move is scripted. He'll always do it after a certain amount of damage. So I probably gotta do 2 more jumps, I think. Oh no, that was still enough. Awesome. Alright, so that's the first kind of roadblock boss for like learning the speed run, just because like if you can't perfect block his dash, it can be a real pain. Because if Mario dies, you gotta waste a turn to heal him. Okay, so Mal, level 3, he's gonna get special. So, what I'm gonna do next is the first major glitch of the speedrun. If you've played this game casually, you probably remember fighting Mac in the Mushroom Kingdom because he comes to invade with a star piece. We're not gonna fight him. I'm just gonna skip him completely, so I'm gonna make a safety save here. Just in case. If you miss this glitch, it's kind of rip because you don't really have like the healing items to be able to get through the fight, especially like if you don't have any equips on Mallow. So the way that I set this up is like I jump onto the head of one of his Shy Guy minions and bounce over an invisible wall and just like talk to the Chancellor hiding in the corner, which tells the game, hey, you beat the boss, and it kind of looks really silly. You'll see in a sec. So all you do is jump into this corner here, jump up behind the Shy Guy, jump on his head, and jump over the barrier like that, and talk to this guy, and there, we beat Mac. That's, I made that look super easy. It's actually one of the harder tricks in the game to learn. I've made a tutorial video that's 26 minutes long explaining everything that can go wrong with Mac Skip, because I see a lot of people pick it up and fail it and not sure exactly why. What I did there was like actually super precise. I was looking for a particular visual cue that's like only a couple frames, but once you know it, it's super easy to get. But if you don't know that visual cue, you can just like fall right through his head and there's nothing you can do about it. So there we go, just beat the first major boss of the game. Yeah. Highly recommend trying to do that trick if you have this game at home, just to say you can do it. It's easier to do than super jumps, and super jumps are impossible. Well, they're not impossible at all. I just like to say they're impossible. Okay, so now that I'm completely done with the Mushroom Kingdom, I'm gonna go to the sewers. This is the next major plot point of the game. So behind Mac, if I had fought him, we would have seen a cutscene where I retrieve the star piece, and there's 7 star pieces that fell from the sky when that giant sword attacked Bowser's Keep. The star pieces are kind of like, collecting all 7 of them is the main objective of this game, is to fix the Star Road and save the world, because now nobody's wishes will come true. We don't know where it came from, so we're asking Mal's grandpa about it. So I'm in this category, like in the optimal route, you don't have to fight this guy, but I'm fighting him for safety. He gives you some really good drops. But because my jump power is a little underpowered, I'm actually going to revive Mallow there. And use a mushroom on Mario, I guess I can do. Just in case he gets hit by something that kills him. If he gets hit by flame, that'd be bad news. This guy drops a flower jar and gives you 100 coins. So or I don't think he gives you 100 coins, but he gives you a lot of coins. And that's super important later for buying bombs. Okay, so this is a pretty safe fight. And we're out of here. Normally you can kill him in 3 jumps, but I took the wrong bonus at level 2, so I didn't kill him in 3 jumps, but it's okay, still killed him. You got the true form pin and the flower jar. Whoops. The lighting in this TV's not great, but I can deal with it. I'm gonna grab that flower. You can skip that flower if you got the 2-frame jump in Bandit's Way, but I'm gonna take it just to be safe for Culex. So here's another invincibility star. I'm gonna get all these dudes. As many as I can. Nice. Getting 8 there is what you really want to do. If you get less than 8, it's okay. You can make up for it later, but then your EXP just kind of becomes a nightmare to keep track of, because EXP in this game is complicated. Really, really complicated, because the second major glitch requires your EXP to be at a very certain point. You'll see why that happens when I get like halfway through the run, I guess. So this is the second major boss, is Balome. This fight is majorly scripted. He will always attack Mallow on turn 1. So I'm just gonna block that. He just says a little bit of dialogue and then always attacks Mallow. I don't remember exactly how the event order goes, but after a certain amount of damage and after a certain number of turns, he will turn Mario into a scarecrow and take Mallow, like disable Mallow for a couple turns. The scarecrow status, see, Mario's got put to sleep, that's kind of annoying, but not a big deal. The scarecrow status that I'll get later makes you unable to use physical attacks and items. So, but you can still use special attacks, which is fine because the only thing Mario really does in this fight is jump. So he's gonna turn me into a scarecrow now. That's why I'm kind of using honey syrups with Mallow, is to keep my FP really high, because the only thing I can do right now is jump on him. I can't heal my FP if I run out of jump, and that would be pretty bad. And Mallow's back. So I can use honey syrup again and just keep jumping with Mario. The scarecrow status is actually pretty good, because in this fight, because if he tries to put you to sleep again, and if you already have the scarecrow status overrides the sleep status, and you don't get put to sleep, you just stay as a scarecrow. Which is good, because if you're asleep you can't do anything, but if you're a scarecrow you can keep jumping, which is the only useful thing Mario does in this fight. Since my jump is a little underpowered, I didn't kill him as soon as I should have. But if this doesn't kill him, another attack will. I just gotta wait for the scarecrow status to wear off on Mario, which it should do fairly soon. There it is, okay. That should do it? Yeah, that did it. Alright, we out of there. Backup strats for the win. Everything that's not like that first attack and the first attack and disabling Mallow and turning Mario into a scarecrow, all that stuff is scripted, everything else is random. So when he put Mario to sleep, like, he could have just attacked me. If he attacks you, it's like 66% of the time that happens, which is good RNG because the fight's super fast if that happens. Oh well. It's done anyway, and we're off to the Midas River. This is, I guess, probably the first real minigame of Super Mario RPG. What you have to do here is there's a bunch of coins that are lying around the waterfall, but you don't actually get to keep them. You get to keep the green ones, the frog coins, but you don't get to keep the yellow coins, which kind of sucks. But if you collect 60 coins total here, then you'll get an extra frog coin at the end. So when I go into Tapapon, I'll have 6 frog coins, which is good. That's how many I will need to get the power-ups I'm trying to get. In fact, I think I only need 5 for that, but having 6 is alright too. So if I collect exactly 13 coins in the first segment, I can do a little pattern in the second segment here that will guarantee I get exactly 60 coins. Getting exactly 60 is not actually important. If you get 60 or more, you get the last frog coin at the end from the guy who runs this place. But if you get more than 60 and not exactly 60, you get an extra text box, which wastes half a second, and since I'm stubborn, I always make sure I get exactly 60. Otherwise, I get mad that I wasted half a second. So the pattern here is just like, you just grab 3 coins every time there's 4 in a row, unless like a fish comes out to attack you, like here. Then you gotta jump over them, and they always come out in the same place, they're not randomized, so like here I'm gonna have to grab the 4th coin, which is fine. The route is like set up for that, so I'm gonna have exactly 60 from grabbing those, and from only grabbing 3 there. Just a little neat routing thing, I guess. If the fish hits you, you lose 5 coins, so that's bad news. That messes everything up.
Hi, Midge.
Hi! Okay, here we go. 60 coins exactly. Woo! Fastest possible text boxes. I love it. And I'm gonna waste that half second with safety saves. It's all good. Okay. Here we go. This is gonna be level 4 of cutscene hell. I'm gonna just manipulate the camera for a sec here to reduce how long this takes. And I get to abuse my turbo controller and just kind of get through this cutscene right now. It's nice. Here I'm holding down A and B because I'm not only getting through the text boxes, but at one point they asked Mario to prove his identity by jumping really high, so you do that by pressing B. So I hold down A and B here. There's a whole bunch of times in this game where, like, Mario's apparently a celebrity in the SMRPG universe, and everyone knows who he is, and when they meet him, they can't believe it's really him, and he's, like, famous for jumping really high, so he has to, like, jump really high into the air to prove it's actually him a whole bunch of times in this game. But some of those are an optional cutscenes, so you only see it, like, once here, twice in any percent, 4 times if you run randomizer, I guess, which I did, like, a week ago. Okay, so I'm just gonna jump across here, and this is Mallow's adoptive grandfather, Frogfucius. He's the guy that we retrieved the frog coin for and then never actually picked up the thing he wanted. Whoops! But he's gonna explain to us, we came to see him because the star piece that we retrieved from Mac when we totally fought him was something that we were like, what the heck is this? And Mallow goes, well, my grandpa knows everything, we should ask him. So that's why we had to go through the sewers to come here and talk to him and ask him what the heck a star piece is. But this is all irrelevant because in this category, Mario does not care about the star pieces. He just wants to take out the Final Fantasy fan character that's camping out in Monster Town and call it a day. So like all this talk about the star piece, Mario's sitting there like, yeah, get to the point where I get the shiny stone. This is where Mallow finds out he is not a tadpole. I don't know what tipped him off. Was it like the fact that he has hair or the fact that he's the only one wearing pants? So this is where Mallow thinks he's supposed to return back home and live away the rest of his days as a happy little frog in Tadpole Pond, but his grandpa's like, no, you can cast thunder, you have to go on this adventure. And he's like, okay, well, let's get out of here. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to these shops. I'm going to pick up 2 froggy drinks, which is a healing item that heals your entire party for 30 health. And this is the frog coin shop where I'm going to use the frog coins that I got. I'm going to buy 1 sleepy bomb, a bracer, and an energizer. The sleepy bomb you don't normally get in this category, but I'm getting it like for safety on the Johnny fight. Because if I'm doing the optimal category, the optimal strat for this category, it's like super not marathon safe, so I'm doing the safe route instead. Ah, whoops, I missed that coin. That's okay. Not a big deal. My PB in this category is 144, I think, using the not marathon safe route, but my previous PB was 146 using the marathon safe route, and our estimate is 2 hours, so it should be good. I'm gonna grab some extra coins here because I missed that one. Normally you don't grab those boxes, but I did anyway just to even out my coins. This is just kind of like another area similar to Rose. Like, oh look, it's Bowser. What's he doing here? I thought he was in his castle. Looks like his army is a little dwindling in numbers, it would seem. But you know what? I really don't want to fight 5 Magic Koopas, 5 Terrapins, and 5 Goombas with just me and Mallow, so I'm just gonna not interrupt what they're doing and just hide out behind here. So Bowser got kicked out of his castle too, so he's also looking for a way to get back in there. And Mario's looking for a way to get back in there. Well, he says he is. He really just wants to beat up Culex, but his cover story is that he wants to get Peach out of Bowser's Keep, assuming that she's still in there. So this is where character number 3 of our party is introduced, but before that happens, I got some items I gotta grab. Not that one. Oh wait, yes, that one. Whoops, I got my chest mixed up. There's one of them I can skip, and I skipped the wrong one. So I'm gonna grab this chest with the flower in it. I don't need frog coins anymore, but I'm gonna buy 2 wake up pins, which are useful in Booster's Tower. And then I'm going to go in this house. Normally in this house you grab the chest on top floor, but it's got a frog coin in it, which I don't need, so I'm just gonna grab those flowers and call it a day. And here is Gaz and his little buddy Gino hiding behind the counter that you can't see him. You can see like 1 pixel of his cape right now, but he's a little doll action figure that is this guy's favorite original character, Do Not Steal. He is going to ask me to prove my identity as Mario, but in order to save about a second, I'm gonna lie and say I'm not actually Mario, and that is really mean because he idolizes Mario, and I'm just gonna be like, nope, I'm an imposter. And that makes you not have to do a jump to prove your identity, and it's faster. So here, his mom is busy running the inn, and he's bored just playing with dolls by himself, so he asks the Mario imposter if he'll play Save the World with him, and he pulls out his little doll Gino there, and I don't know who's in charge of safety manufacturing for dolls in this universe, but I'm about to get a missile blasted into my face and knocked the heck out for a while. Some say that this sleeping sequence coming up here is when the events of Super Mario Bros. 2 USA take place. I'm not sure whether or not that's true, but I would love it if it was. But while I'm asleep, a spirit from the Star Road, the broken star piece thing that I was talking about earlier, has descended onto Earth and is coming here to look for the star pieces and fix it, make everyone's wishes come true again. He's never going to get to do that because this category ends in Monster Town, but he's trying to decide which of the 4 dolls he wants to possess. He's like, well, these 3 already have character sprites, so I guess I'll take this one. And inhabits this doll here, and then Gino goes walking into the forest. I really like this cutscene because not only do I not have to press anything, but Gino is a really cool character. He's got like really sick attacks and stuff, but also like this part here is pretty funny. He is inhabiting his new body, getting used to his new legs, so he starts like walking around, kind of not totally sure where he's moving, and then he just walks up and like slams his head right into the staircase like this. And he's like, oh yeah, I just hit my head. You know what? I think I'm ready to take on Bowyer. I'm gonna go to the forest. And then he just leaves. Forest maze is kind of a pain in the butt, so I'm gonna make a safety save here just in case. There are like 4 different ways I have to run forest maze in this game, and today I'm doing the fastest one. But sometimes if you accidentally get into an encounter with a bee, the 2 bees shoot an unblockable attack at you and it kills both your party members, and then you game over and haven't saved. And it's like, well, there goes the first half hour of that speedrun. That's not going to happen today because I'm making a safety save, and also because I'm not going to get into a fight. Okay, so this is everyone's favorite song of Super Mario RPG coming right up. I'm going to grab this hidden chest here, Kira Cola. That is important for selling later. In any percent, you jump on the Wiggler for frog coins. We're not doing that today, so that saves about like a minute and a half. Because you do that for frog coins to get the EXP booster. The EXP booster is not used in this category. I'm gonna get this frog coin here just because it sets up the bee into a good position. Okay, maybe it doesn't. Let's wait for him to move and get out of there. I do not want to die today. In most of the stuff, you go down 2 of these trunks, so don't need to do that because you just get a flower and a frog coin or something like that. Oh wait, no, you get a flower and an empty box. Gonna grab another Kira Cola behind the Wiggler, and Wiggler's gonna open up the path for the rest of the forest. There are 2 places you can go in the actual maze part of the forest. One of them takes you to a secret with a bunch of flowers, a frog coin, and some mushrooms. That is not required in any category except the 100% category, so almost nobody ever goes there unless they really, really, really want more flowers, which I kind of do, but I don't think it's worth going there way far out of the way. Okay, I'm gonna grab this red essence, and then I'm gonna make another quick save here, just because like the boss I'm about to fight actually does have an unwinnable pattern, and it's only like a 5% chance of getting it, but you know, I don't really want to take that risk in a marathon. So I'm going to chase Gino around. You just kind of follow him, go whichever way he's going, and in this room you don't see him, but you have to go to the right. And that'll take us into the boss area. This guy here has the 2nd star piece, or at least he will have the 2nd star piece. He actually doesn't really know what he's here for. He's just shooting arrows into Rose Town and petrifying people because he's a jerk. Like, there's really no reason for him to be doing this, he's just doing it, and his minion shows up and he says, hey, look at the star piece I found in the forest. He's like, shut up and stop bothering me, I'm trying to turn people into statues. And the first couple of star piece guardians that work for Mac or for Smithy are kind of incompetent, and it's pretty great. But this cutscene coming up here takes forever, and Gino appears on the scene to save the day. So Gino, who has just 5 minutes ago learned how to operate a pair of legs, thinks he's ready to take on this boss by himself. So he is gonna talk some smack back and forth with him before running up and punching him in the face, and Mario and Mal are gonna have to come save the day when he's about to get one-shot KO'd by a very sharp arrow. So this is like the cliche, overdrawn RPG cutscene happening here, where Mal is talking about like being tough and wanting to fight, and it's pretty pointless. I'm just gonna say that. So I'm just holding A to get through here. Fun fact, you can actually advance the text of the D-pad here, but since we use Turbo now, it's not really a tech that anyone uses. This doesn't look like a Game Boy camera, it said in the chat. Yeah. So anyone who's here for my stream, fear not. Even though the camera looks different, and it might look like I'm in actual full color, it's just a filter. So everything you saw on my Game Boy, I actually am a black and white person in real life. Like, it's just a filter. Don't worry about it. It's a very high-tech filter. Okay, so this fight also is largely scripted. What this boss actually does is, he will, he drops a bunch of buttons onto the ground that you'll see in a sec. Here it comes. He's gonna drop Y, B, and A buttons on the ground, and he shoots one with an arrow. And when he shoots one with an arrow, you are no longer able to use that button, for 2 turns. It may seem like it's random which one he picks, but it's actually based on the actions you've taken in the last 2 turns. So because I attacked him a whole bunch, he locks A. If you don't attack very much, he locks X. So it's really based on what you've done in the last couple of turns. And I use the Energizer that I bought in Tadpole Pond to increase Gino's damage output, so he's doing 90 damage per turn instead of 60. And I use the honey syrup here. Oh, that's bad news, but it's not that bad. Because my jump was underpowered, I'm gonna have to do an extra attack at the end, but that's okay. If Mario was alive, I could have finished the fight on time with 10 extra damage output, but I'm just gonna keep spamming Geno Beam until he's dead now. And Mal is just gonna keep defending. Cause Mal attacking like would just change the counter and make it lock what I don't want it to lock. So for the rest of this fight, I just kinda spam 90 damage. Optimally, you want him to bolt Mario and Mallow because all they do is defend, and skipping their turns like saves you a little bit of time. They don't really do anything in this fight besides heal in the first couple of turns. Oh, he had Geno. That's not great. Oh, it missed. Okay, well that is great. So I'm gonna do this. And defend. How many more do I have left? 0, so I'm gonna attack him. And that should do it. Yep, alright, he's done. That fight is a lot more exciting if you are not just spamming Geno Beam, but I just spam Geno Beam. It's alright. Mario only takes special in this category. At any percent he's gonna get attacked sometimes, but we want to power up his special as much as humanly possible because when you fight Culex, you're relying on super jumps, and he's gonna be level 11 when I fight Culex. That is severely, severely under-leveled to beat that boss, especially when you consider that you don't get the lazy shell in this category. So you have this really super weak Mario defeating the hardest boss in the game with absolutely no defenses, and it's kind of wild. That's why we wrote this category. Well, actually we wrote it because for the anniversary race last year, we wanted to just try a shorter category because everyone was busy. I was leaving for RPG Limit Break the next day, and then 3 days before the race, we were like, oh, we don't actually have a route. So I was like, well, I guess if I don't do it, nobody will. So I made this route that didn't work, and then Claude fixed all the things in it that were broken, and now we have a category. It's only been around for about 10 months, but when you don't have 3 hours to play any percent, it's nice to just, if you feel like playing the game, you can do something shorter, even if it is ridiculously difficult. Alright, so next area is Moleville. This guy overheard everything about the star pieces, not that it matters in this category at all. That's why Mario was just like completely nonchalant, like, you know what, you can go tell Smithy whatever you want, I don't care. And Moleville's coming up next, and a star piece fell into that mountain. It's like, story progression. I guess we need to do that in order to get to the boss you really want to fight. But, you know, just for good measure, I'm gonna upgrade my weapons here. I'm gonna buy some weapons. And also I got the work pants, which is the only the only piece of armor besides like the shirt you buy in Mushroom Kingdom that you actually buy in an SMRPG speedrun. Unless I'm doing that meme category, all bosses, I buy something else there. But work pants increases your speed and your attack power, and it's the only purchasable equip in the game for your armor that actually does that. Other armor that increases your attack output is the super suit, but that is not a buyable item unless you're playing randomizer. So work pants is very good. They make you super fast and super strong. So kind of better than every other armor in the game as far as speedrun is concerned, because your defenses are not that important if you're mostly fighting things that do attacks that you can perfect block, but your defenses are, you know, they can be important, but you don't really need armor for that necessarily. So I'm going into the mountain because a couple of kids are trapped in there, and so is a star piece. And also because it's required for the story, so yeah, gotta get through there. Jump on their heads, and oh, this is gonna be very hard to do on this dark TV. This is quite the dark area, and I don't know why Mario sees a trampoline in the middle of a mine shaft and thinks jumping on this would be a fantastic idea, but you know, pretty much the expected happens. He passes out and gets all of his money stolen by this jerk that decided to come back to give us more trouble. So he's gonna jump on my head like he's some guy playing Call of Duty, and I'm gonna just chase him down and get my money. Not only does he steal my money, he steals my items too. But that doesn't happen until later. And by later, I mean in approximately 2 minutes. So I'm gonna chase this jerk down and run after him. And just gonna jump over this box here to start the fight. And this fight has 2 phases to it. In the first phase, you're just attacking him and getting his health down as far as you can go. In this phase, he dashes into you and tosses bombs. The bombs, of course, are insta-kills on Mario and Mallow, not on Geno. So if he bombs Geno, you're fine. If he does dashes, you're really in good shape. Because if he kills Mario or Mallow, it's kind of a waste of time reviving them, and that makes this phase extend even longer. In phase 2, he will only do blockable moves because he steals all your items, and then you can't revive anyone if you get hit by an unblockable attack, which will not be fair, so they just make him do blockable moves. Here we go. So this is phase 2 starting now. So he's not going to toss bombs anymore. He's going to instead pull random enemies out of his bag and throw them on my head. Except when he dashes. That's like a 33% chance. So there's not really a whole lot to this fight just besides block when you can. Oh, here we go. What's he going to throw at me? Oh, mushroom, nice. Sometimes he throws terrapins, starfish, dogs, spinies. He's got all sorts of stuff in that bag. Oh, what's he got this time? Nice, he threw a dog at my head. It's pretty OP. That attack does like massive damage if you don't block it, so it's like really, really important to learn how to block that one. Shout out to my best friend taught me how to block that when I was like learning this game and could not get past this fight. To get the box? Oh, I did not get the box. There's a 25% chance he drops a flower box, which in this category is like mostly irrelevant. But it still feels good to get it. So it's gonna jump past all of these jerks and talk to this guy. Croco dropped a very powerful bomb, which I'm gonna use to blast open the rest of the mines. And go and rescue the kids. Okay, I'm gonna attempt to get as many bombs as possible with this star coming up. It's another invincibility star. Oh wow, he went the other way and I had to get into a fight. And now it won't let me run away. There we go. 1, 2. Oh, this is good RNG. Oh, I did it. Nice. I got 10. I've never actually done that before. That's really good EXP. That means I'm probably going to be super high leveled for the Johnny fight, which allows me to do like a little faster marathon safe strat. But I gotta get these coins first. And this fireball, which you normally take out with the star, is going to troll me a bit because I didn't take him out. There we go. That's enough. Ah! There we go, got the flower. And this is Punchinello, or James Bomb as he likes to be called in the Japanese version. This fight is also fairly straightforward. Every time you deal a certain amount of damage to him, he summons stronger bombs that hurt you more when they hit you, but because you can perfect block all the bomb explosions, they don't really matter that much. The only real toss-up in this fight is when he uses Sandstorm. Sandstorm is a move that hits your entire party for a certain amount of damage and also casts the Fear status, which decreases your attack and defense power by 50%. So when that happens, you just have to take a turn to heal yourself of that status. Besides that, it's not really a big deal because you can only cast it once. So that's phase 1, entering phase 2 now. So I'm just gonna block these. I mistimed that, but that's okay. That's a pretty weak attack on Gino. So all these blocks that I'm doing for 0 damage is 5 frame windows, so that's approximately 1/12 of a second, I think. Whoops, that was not what I wanted to do. That's okay though. Mario taking 12 damage is fine, especially because his HP is higher than it should be. If you time all your attacks properly, you can take this guy out in pretty quickly. Like 6 turns, I think. It's not really a whole lot to this fight if he doesn't use Sandstorm, which he hasn't so far. And if I kill him this turn, then he can't use Sandstorm, obviously. And this should be it. Yeah, that was it. Alright, fight over. Awesome. So I did okay with my blocks there. I missed like 1 or 2, but he didn't use Sandstorm, so it didn't really matter. Yeah, so that's when I took out the 10 bombs with the star, like that's something that I'm always gonna go for in the marathon safe route. If I don't get it, like it's not a huge deal because there's 2 Johnny strats depending on your level. But if you do get the 10, then that's pretty good. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't really matter. But I've never actually like gotten the 10 until I think I've gotten it like once ever. So doing it there was kind of cool. So we find the 3rd star piece that is completely irrelevant to Mario's goals right now, and what I'm a little more excited about is the minecart minigame coming up. The minecart, if you remember that part, is like Nintendo showing off their Mode 7 stuff. There's 4 rooms, there's 2 Mode 7 rooms and 2 side-scroller rooms, and you collect a bunch of coins and try to get out of there in 2 minutes or less. 2 minutes is like... If you get out of the minecart in 2 minutes, then that's considered pretty good. Sub 2 is a good time. The best I've ever done is 156. If I don't make any mistakes, I usually get 157, if I'm not playing like super optimally. If I'm breaking too much but don't make any mistakes otherwise, I get a 158. If I miss a mushroom entirely, I don't get sub 2. So we'll see what happens. The jump button on this controller is also starting to go, so I may end up missing a couple mushrooms from that. And that's kind of bad in a Mario game to have your jump button not properly working, so I gotta press it super hard. And I am not going to take the tutorial here. Alright, time to do some minecarting. So the mushrooms that you grab here are just like little speed boosts. And you can break around sharp corners, like here. If you don't break here, you go off the tracks. And here as well. You can use a mushroom going around corners, kind of good tech. Yeah, see, like right there, my jump button did not do what it was supposed to do, so this is not going to be sub 2, unfortunately. Break here. Okay, so this side-scrolling room is actually kind of hard, so I'm going to focus here. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, getting out of that room with 4 mushrooms is your goal, but that one jump at the end is really hard to do. This room, I think, was the hardest one to memorize out of all of them. And here you gotta make sure you take the shortcuts, like jump across here, do not jump in the pit, otherwise you gotta go a long way around. I'm gonna grab this mushroom and then boost again. Oh, dang it. Ah, I was hoping for no crashes. Oh well, this is gonna be like, this is gonna be like a 201, I think. Because I missed that mushroom. It would still be sub 2 if I hadn't missed the mushroom. Because, like, you can get one crash and still get sub 2, no problem. But if you crash, then that's kind of bad. Oh, 200. Dang, almost sub 2. Missing a mushroom and crashing and almost getting sub 2 is still alright. I thought this was SMRPG, not F-Zero. Yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong. Alright, so I landed through the guy's roof. That's good stuff, Mario. Good stuff, landing through the guy's roof. Okay, so I'm gonna deviate a little bit here, and I got a flower box drop from the Forest Maze boss. And I'm actually going to sell that here and get the shiny stone right away. So as soon as I get to Monster Town, I can fight the Final Fantasy fan character boss. And kick him back to his own franchise. So first thing I gotta do here is get through this little cutscene here. This is coming up to my favorite part in the game, Booster's Tower. Booster is, without a doubt, my favorite character in Super Mario RPG. He is just completely silly, does not understand anything about how the world works, but like has this gigantic mansion tower that he just owns and rides his train around inside. He does, like, his wedding rehearsal scene is hilarious, and when Peach starts crying, he's like, what's that coming out of your eyes? Oh, it tastes salty. I'm gonna sell the flower box here and go and buy the fireworks. So this little trade sequence you gotta do first is you need 500 coins and you buy fireworks from this guy. And there's a little kid outside who really likes fireworks, and if you give her the fireworks, she gives you the shiny stone, and the shiny stone is what unlocks the sealed door to fight Culex later. So I got that, but it also means I'm short 500 coins and I'm not gonna have as many bombs later. So this is Booster Pass. This is like a super simple area. I'm gonna skip the frog coin and just grab the rock candy. Nice and easy. And here's Bowser. I just got a message on Discord that says your husband is streaming Oh Baby, and I actually don't know who he's talking about. So here's Peach. She is also not in Bowser's Keep, but she landed on Booster's balcony, and in Booster's mind, if someone lands on your balcony, that means you have to marry them. But Booster doesn't really know what a marriage is. He just knows that when you get married, it's a big party. So that's why he marries Peach so he can eat a giant cake and then just leaves her at the chapel when he's done. It's a pretty fantastic story. Now Mario just kind of wants to recruit Peach so that she can help him fight Culex. So he's like, hey, get down here. And Bowser, in my PB for this category, I actually missed this tutorial skip, and I don't know how I did that. It wastes like a minute and a half if you do that. Or wait, no, it wastes like 45 seconds or something. I did not need that frog coin. What wastes a minute and a half is when you're playing the curtain minigame at the top of Booster's tower and you're trying to show off the bad hitboxes and you mess up and get caught and have to start all over again. That wastes a minute and a half. I definitely did not do that in my 257. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't think I needed to get that, but I'm gonna get it anyway. I'm trying to think of like where all the backup safety flowers are, in case I don't do very good on Booster Hill. The platforming here I really like. It's pretty neat. And since we don't need frog coins, it's super fast later on. In this room I'm gonna come in now, I can just like, I don't have to grab any of this stuff. That's nice. And here, we can skip this entire room. Because we don't need frog coins or the zoom shoes. And here comes Booster. Fun fact, I did not know this until I started speedrunning the game. You can skip this bomb cutscene entirely. You can just run right out of the room, and then Booster gets really sad. He's like, where'd he go? I just wanted to play a game with him. And he's like, oh, what facial expression should I be wearing at a time like this? Oh, I remember, this one. His English dialogue is just fantastic. It's like, it makes me wish that the English version was fast, but it's not. I'm gonna grab this for money. And I'm just gonna save here in case my Booster Hill goes like horribly wrong. Probably don't need to save there, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Okay. So here comes Booster. I'm reunited with Peach here, and she's like, oh, thank goodness you finally got here. The door is locked and I can't get it open because there's a secret password that only Booster knows. So I'm like, what to do? And then I don't want to get caught by Booster and fight him because he's got an attack that shoots a giant train into your face, so I kind of want to hide from him. I invented a category that fights him just because I ran out of things to submit to No Reset Marathon, and that attack is really strong. So here he's gonna do his wedding rehearsal. He has dolls of all the main characters of the game, and also Samus, if you can see her inside the bucket there. He's got Samus and a squid and a frog and a Peach doll and a Mario doll above my head. He didn't know who Mario was 2 seconds ago, but now he knows that Mario always shows up to ruin the fun. I don't understand the thought progression there, but you know what? It's Booster. I'm not gonna ask questions. Instead, what I am going to do is not get caught by the Sniffets, but they can't see me anyway, so we're in pretty good hands. What I'm doing right now is kind of stupid, because if I'm over like even 1 pixel too far, they catch me and then I gotta start the minigame again. If you get caught 3 times, you have to fight Booster. It's really, really hard to fail this minigame 3 times. Unless you've never played the game before. Because their positions are not random, they always go to the same place every time, so there's like nothing to really catch you off guard unless you've never done it. But I just like doing this to show off how bad how bad their eyesight is. When I stream this game, I do what's called the anti-viewer tech, and I just mash B on turbo for this entire cutscene. And here they try to fake you out. but it's always the same fake out every time. So this is important. You don't want to fight Booster because not only is it slow and difficult, but if you don't fight him, he gives you the amulet. The amulet is very good for your defenses, and also its hidden effect that it does not explain in-game is that it cuts all elemental damage to in half. So any ice, thunder, or fire move is going to do half damage to whoever has the amulet equipped. It reduces your speed by a bit, which makes for some interesting turn routing later on. So I'm going to equip that immediately, but first I'm going to bring Bowser into my party. So Mario gets that, and Bowser's going to get the work pants and the wake up pin. And then I'm going to fight these guys. So Knife Guy and Great Guy, after 2 turns, they do their team up moves. Their team up moves are incredibly strong, so I want to take out Knife Guy first so I don't get hit. Oh, that was a lot of damage. But they're both susceptible to fear. So, fear also increases their susceptibility to damage and reduces their attack power. Just like it does to yourself. Normally you're supposed to attack Great Guy there, but my special attack is a little bit low, so I'm going to attack Knife Guy for some extra damage. That should kill him? Yeah, he's dead. So, when you kill him within the first 2 turns, they can't use attacks like Meteor Blast on you. A Meteor Blast is incredibly powerful and hits your entire party. So that's why you cast Fear and just go ham on your damage output and just take them out as fast as possible. And then hitting this guy is like kind of trivial because he's got the Fear status, so he's taking a lot of damage right now, and I should be able to kill him this turn. There we go, not bad. Got the flower jar. And now on level 6, I'm not using him anymore so he gets HP. So here comes Booster Hill, the next minigame. This minigame is really tough. You gotta jump off the barrels rolling down the hill and the dude's behind you and run into Peach. And every time you run into Peach, she gives you a flower. And the flower does increase your max flower points. So you want to get as many as possible here. The max you can get is 16. And since we're going to be spamming super jump on Culex at the end, I want to get a lot of flowers here. So I'm going to try to get as many as humanly possible. It's super important in this category, and I'm used to running most of the stuff 100% category where it doesn't matter at all. So, mentality shift. So there's one. And the clouds come to mess you up a little bit. They block your field of vision. When you're bouncing off the dudes behind you, sometimes you can get a dead frame, and even if you hit them, you still tumble backwards anyway. It's quite annoying. And the barrel positioning for this phase is RNG. Like you never there's 2, but they can appear in any 2 rows, and you never know which ones they're going to be. And then for this phase, there's always 1 in each column, but you see how they're staggered a little bit? You never know where each one of them is going to show up. Oh, that was bad. So this is not going terribly well, but it's okay because I know where all the backup flowers are. This is gonna be 7, I think. I probably should have practiced this minigame before, so I practiced everything except this minigame. Alright, there's another one. I'm gonna jump off this guy here, I think. I can get one more. Oh no, I can't get one more. Ah, what a jerk. That's okay. That was like 7 flowers or something. I can get more. Oh, it was 9. That's a little better than I thought. So I should be at 26 flowers right now, I think. I guess I'll find out shortly. So, this is a wedding chapel. I gotta get Peach back. But you actually get Peach back because Booster doesn't really understand what a wedding is and just kind of leaves to go home without her. Oh, here's another time where you gotta prove your identity by jumping, where the guy's like, "What? Make like Mario and jump out of here." It's like, "Oh crap, you are Mario. This is bad news." So, important note about this fight. This fight sucks. It's really... If you run any percent, this fight sucks even though you have an item that makes you invincible for 3 turns. In this category, you don't have that item. Because you have to save it for Culex. So I'm going to be attempting to do this fight with no invincibility, and that is incredibly difficult. And that's why I was practicing my blocks on this earlier. Because the second phase of this fight is totally RNG based, and you can just kind of get totally screwed and have to reset here. And that's why I always save right before this boss. This boss is the giant cake. It's a 3-phase fight. In the first phase, you're being attacked by the chefs who you can perfect block. Their perfect block is hard to it's one of the harder ones in the speedrun to do, but it's not impossible. You just want to make sure you don't take any damage on Mario if you can avoid it. The second phase is when the top half of the cake has a bunch of candles that light up. If you do any physical attack for any amount of damage, it blows out a candle. You can blow out 3 per turn with 3 attacks, and it regenerates 1 every turn. If you blow out all 5 of the candles and hit it again, it disappears and you start phase 3. So it's a leapfrog kind of game. The third phase, you just like wail on the raspberry for as much as you can until you do 600 damage and you're out of there. That was much better than my practice session went. Oh, please tell me there's an emote of those clouds somewhere. Yes, I actually made an emote. I drew Albrecht's updated cloud emote. It's a cross between the cloud and Data from Mega Man Legends, I think.
Nice.
Yeah. And it's like... And I tend to... I see that emote used a lot in other people's chats, and it makes me like super proud of my work. Okay, so the boss fight is going to start after that big long cutscene, so I really hope I don't die here. I don't have to do it again. But, you know, sometimes it's the luck of the draw with how phase 2 goes, because phase 2 you have incredibly strong magic that you cannot perfect block. Okay, here we go. Serious time. Okay, that was good. So I'm gonna use Bracer on myself here to increase my defense. Whoops. You don't want to take damage on Geno either, but it's less bad than taking damage on Mario. So now the apprentice realizes the cake is moving, and he's like, that's kind of bad. What on earth did we put in this cake? The chef is like, what are you talking about? He's standing still. You're an idiot. Go back to work. Okay. So phase 2 starts now. This is the real test. The real test of how nice is the RNG going to be to me today. The answer is usually not very, but we'll see. Blow those candles out. Alright, so this is where we just spam physicals, and they're not timed hits because it's faster that way. Nice. Oh wow, super lucky. Unless this hits Mario, I really hope it doesn't. Of course. So I gotta waste a turn here healing him. But I still get 2 hits on it, so net positive coming out here. Oh crap, Sandstorm. That's bad news. Okay. I can probably still kill him even if Mario dies here, but if Geno dies, I'm not so sure, so let's see. Yeah, that's bad news. Wow. I totally did that!
Maximum skill.
Maximum skill.
It was all you.
All me. Ooh, that's actually good, because now I can revive him and he will not be feared. And he can do a full jump attack. Because Geno's still alive, so it's better to revive with Geno than attack with him. Oh, and of course we got Sandstorm again. Woo! So in this phase, you just want to make sure that Bowser stays above 27 health. If he goes below 27 health, he will die to Drain Beam if he's feared. So you don't really have to worry too much about your health unless that happens. Because this phase of the fight is just wail on him until he's done. Okay, awesome. Did not die to Bunt. Oh, that's a relief. So, because like you don't have the red essence in this fight, the only part that's like really skill based is making sure that you can detect when he's gonna attack you in phase 2, which is just paying attention to the animation. Most of the time he's gonna use magic on you, but occasionally he does a blockable move, and if he does that and you block it, then you're good. Phase 1, block as much as humanly possible. If you can perfect block everything in phase 1, then that is setting you up extremely well for phase 2. And I did take no damage on Mario in phase 1, which can make or break that fight. So that was actually skill-based, but getting good rolls with the attacks I got from him in phase 2, yeah, that was all me, definitely. So I love this cutscene because Booster got married because he wanted a cake, and he gets his cake, and then he leaves, and I don't think he understands it. Generally when you marry somebody, they come home with you afterwards, but he just kind of leaves with his buddies to go have a party or something, and then Peach comes back to the Mushroom Kingdom with me.
Never show appreciation. Yeah. I just still don't have it on the computer, but that's fine.
Alright, so I'm going to take some quick detours here because I don't have that many flower points and I want to be safe for the final boss.
It hasn't been.
Oh look, everyone can have... these two were trying to get married and Booster came in and like kicked them out of the chapel saying, hey, it's time for me to get married, so they can actually go through with their wedding now, which is nice.
I might check that out.
Yeah, you should figure that out soon.
We have a couple hours.
Alright, so...
Like if everything.
the next big thing I have to do is the seaside menu. The seaside menu is the longest, most complicated menu in the game, and it's different in every category, and I'm the only person that runs like all the meme categories like consistently, so I'm just gonna say I don't remember how to do the menu, so I have my notes open. So I hope that nobody is disappointed in the fact that I need to use notes for this menu because I had to memorize like 5 different seaside menus. I'm like, I am not memorizing 5 different seaside menus. It's ridiculous. I'm gonna pick up some backup flowers on my way out that I probably should have got before. I think right now I'm at 26 flowers. I want to be higher than that, so I'm gonna grab some backups. It'd be nice to have 32. I don't know if I can actually get 6 more flowers. Oh wait, yes I can. I know where I can get 6 flowers. This'll work. This'll work. This song is underrated. I like it.
Song owns.
It's so good. All the music in this game is fan-freaking-tastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has been quite a day. This is a big long cutscene, but for those of you who don't know, I'm actually from Canada. I came in on a bus last night from Toronto, and I stayed with Proto. Thank you for letting me stay with you, Proto, and
Hey,
for
no
driving me
problem.
around.
Thank you for gracing our guest bed with your presence.
I'm really happy to be in this marathon because she always comes up to our marathons in Toronto, so I'm like, I'm gonna go to her marathon too.
Yeah.
And that explains the funny accent, I guess. So, we're just explaining the Star Piece story to the Chancellor, and Mario looks really bored right now because he doesn't care. He's just like, oh man, I don't know why you guys think we're collecting star pieces or something. We got bigger fish to fry in this speedrun. Bigger fish to fry with 4,000 HP at level 11. I'm a little bit nervous about that fight because my SP is a little bit lower than it should be. Hey, check out what happens to Peach here. Look at her sprite. What on earth is going on? That only happens if you open a menu for like no reason when she's descending from the castle, and there's never any reason to open a menu there, but one of the like in-jokes is that I have this thing where I open the menu like randomly at the most inopportune times when my thumb has no reason to be anywhere near the X button, but that's not actually how that glitch was found. It's just like I just pretend I'm messing up and opening a menu by accident. Oh wait, no, I had to grab one thing from the shop. Or two things from the shop. I'm a little low on FP right now, so I'm gonna grab some backups. I'm gonna get this in chest, and if I get good RNG, I'll grab the second one. Let's see how this goes. Hello? There we go. That is a big time loss in most of the stuff if you get bad RNG in that room. Okay. Normally you skip. Oh wait, I don't want to skip Tadpole Pond. I'm thinking about Booster Pass and I forgot about Tadpole Pond. Okay, so Tadpole Pond, I have to come back here because at the start of the game when I was retrieving Mal's allowance money to get the item from the shop, I never actually gave it to this guy, and you need to give it to him in order for him to be able to unlock Star Road for you, or not Star Road, Star Hill, which is kind of like the next area in the game. So if you forget to drop this off, it's like, well, why isn't Star Hill opening? What's going on? Okay, so, alright, story progression done. Next up, I'm gonna, normally in this category you skip going to Booster Pass, but I'm gonna go there just to pick up some backup flowers. There's one. There's two. Alright, so now I'm good for flowers. Now I'm extremely good for flowers, I think. I would not normally do that in an RTA attempt, but because it's a marathon run, I just want to be safe. So here, this part here is no different for any percent. You're just kind of like going through and talking to the flowers and opening up the doors. The stars on the ground, if you talk to them in the English version, they're actually like, they're stars that contain wishes from different characters in the game, and it's kind of fun to like guess who they're from. It's just kind of like a neat little detail of this area. There's some that make cutscenes happen, like there's one from Mallo's parents there that's kind of sweet, and another kind of neat detail is like as some of these wishes are fulfilled, the text of the star pieces change. Like the one, oh crap, the one from Mal's parents changes to something else after, yeah, after he is reunited with them. Oh, I can't move.
AJW Muku.
Me too.
We need some BJW Muku in the chat right now. Oh, this is great RNG.
New category is beat Culex RTA and one of those mole things. Never mind.
Yeah. So, fun fact about the Muku. There's an item in this game called Muku Cookie that heals your entire party for 69 health.
Nice.
And it costs 69 coins to buy.
Nice.
SMRPG was ahead of its time. Oh, and also, an ice bomb with an attack boost on an ice weak enemy does 420 damage, always. It will never not do 420 damage.
Nice.
Really, really important Super Mario RPG stats.
Unfortunately, you don't see the ice bomb one in this category because you don't fight Zardragon. But I just had to tell everyone about if you Geno boost somebody and have them ice bomb an enemy that's weak to ice, it will always do 420 damage. In fact, you can even see that in my damage calculator that I made on smrpgspeedruns.com because I was bored. And apparently, it has really helped this any percent category, which is cool because I suck at routing. Okay, here comes the seaside menu, which is like super silly. First thing I'm gonna do is unlock the sea, which you do by talking to the fake elder. Everyone here is a fake townsperson. They locked away the real townspeople in the shed. I do not buy the XP boost here, but you know what? I'm gonna do a quick save here just in case I sell something I shouldn't sell, but that should not happen. I got an extra Cure Cola I didn't need, so I can also buy an extra Firebomb, which I think is pointless, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Okay, so unequip weapon, unequip accessory, unequip that, unequip that. Whoops. Ah, no, that's not where I want to go. Unequip that, and unequip that. Okay, sell all small items except for 1 honey syrup and 3 Cure Colas, I think. Yeah, 3. And buy bad mushroom, 3 ices, and a freight. I'm gonna sell the wallet and the goodie bag. And buy, what do I buy here? 1 ice and 2 fire. I'm gonna sell 2 flour jars and 2 flour tabs and buy 4 fire bombs. And I'm gonna sell all equipment. That's not my equipment. That's my equipment. And I'm gonna buy 1 fire bomb and 2 freight bombs. Ooh, I have enough for another ice bomb, which is gonna be good for Bolome, I think. So I'm gonna sell that and buy ice bomb. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, that was alright.
Menuing is impressive.
If I could do it faster, it would look a lot cooler.
Running capitalism. Let's go.
Okay. So here comes the next major glitch in the game that is incredibly important to not miss, so I'm not gonna miss it. This is called the swap glitch. What happens here is you can take one character's spell and put it on another character, which is incredibly silly because character spells are supposed to be locked. So I open the menu during a star. That is actually not me being silly and opening a menu by accident. And I swap party positions and I take out all these things. And I want to get all these stars. So here's what happens. Mallow's at level 6 and Peach is at level 9.
Nice.
So, but here it says Peach reaches level 7. That's a little weird. She was just at level 9, and I'm pretty sure Mallow was not at level 10.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a little odd. We'll see the effects of that after the sunken ship. That confused the game, and every stat that said it was applied to Mallow, including the learning of his electrical special, was actually applied to Peach. So she just learned a skill that she's not supposed to learn, and got a whole bunch of stat boosts as well.
I think we're at like 25.
I'm gonna grab that chest for safety, so I can grab 3 maple syrups here for Culex. I probably should have done this in Seaside Town, but I'm gonna do it now anyway. So pretty sure if this fight's a little bit different from any percent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Alright, good password. It says aquarium in Japanese. Okay, so for this fight, yeah, I'm not gonna say anything. You want to use fire bombs here. These things are weak to fire. Unfortunately, they're not weak to ice, so there's no 420s here. But these have a lot of health and can cast fear on you, so you want to take them out with fire bombs as fast as possible. But Mario doesn't have Geno boost, so his fire bombs do less than Bowser's do, but it's okay, it's enough to kill the two on the left. Since I'm super weak, I'm gonna jump on this instead of punching him. I'm really underleveled in this category right now. Normally you're like level 8 here, but I'm not level 8. Because I didn't get the XP booster. I'm gonna toss another firebomb. Geno normally defends here, because Mario's jump is not gonna do that much. I'm gonna attack with him. That 2 damage actually made a huge difference. Because if I had not attacked with 2 damage, he'd be alive with 1 health right now. So we out of there. I need this Kira Cola for Yurtovich, if I could grab it. Yeah, there we go. I love not having to fight these guys. I probably don't need to save here, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Here you want to buffer your inputs to not get hit by that fish. The one at the bottom, though, you can't do nothing about him. What did I say? Great game! Oh, let me run away. Thank goodness. If Geno doesn't run, then he does attack you 4 times. I grabbed the safety ring, but I don't really need to equip it yet. Okay, let's see if Mario reaches level 8 before Johnny from these 2 fights coming up. If he does, then I can do like the fast Johnny strat if I don't drop super jumps. So Geno firebombs these guys. There's one. No freebies so far, but that's okay. Freebies are kind of useless in this category. Geno hits level 9. I think I can just give him HP. I don't think he attacks Bowyer. Below him, I mean. Let's see if Mario levels up here. How dare you dodge the barrel, he says. Okay, firebomb here, and it's a nice fast fight. Woo, let's go. Get him. Bam! Dead. No freebie. That's okay. Oh, and he hits level 8. Awesome. Alright, that's good. Bowser level 10. That means I can do level 8 strats on Johnny, which is just Sleepy Fright 100 jumps. Okay. This is very, very serious time. Where's my sleepy bomb? I know I bought one. There it is. Freight bomb. Where's my freight bomb? There's my freight bomb. Okay, and here we go. Whoops. Oh, that was not good. Okay, well it's okay, I'll try again. Actually, I just realized my special attack is lower than it should be, so I wouldn't have killed him anyway. heck is going on? Okay, well, he's gonna power up a little bit. That's okay. I've got like 31 flowers. And next try bomb. I don't know. Let me turn up the volume on the TV a little bit. That might be it. I don't know what's happening with my controller. My B button keeps dropping. I had the same problem in the minecart area, but it's probably fine. Let's see where my flowers are at. Yeah, I'm good. Oh, okay, awesome. I'll do that. Let's see if this fixes the issue. This actually happened during NASA Marathon. Okay. Let's try that one more time. There you go, that was 100. Frodo saves the day.
I'm a huge controller snob. I'm glad it finally pays off.
Alright, awesome. That's very important, because even though I did not really need to do 100 to kill him after the first couple failed attempts, you want to do that anyway, because now I can get the Super Suit from Monster Town, which is like the most overpowered equip in the game. Yes, it is better than Lazy Shell, don't at me. It increases all your stats by 50, except your speed, which increases by 30. Oh, my hand hurts. So, there's 5 star pieces. That's all the star pieces I'm actually going to get in this category, so yeah, GG Star Road. Alright, there's a menu to do after here. I'm going to swap Bowser for Peach. And put the amulet onto Peach. And the safety ring on Geno. Alright. The next fight is Yuridovich. This fight is quite difficult because here we're going to see the effects of the swap glitch that I didn't see. Where I put a Mallow attack on Peach. The reason that we do this is because Peach has the most broken base special stat in the entire game. But she doesn't get any offense magic until level 18. So with that glitch, she learns offense magic at level 10 instead. And that's incredibly useful for this fight coming up. Especially now that, like, since we're lower level, I'm gonna need to do it more. Okay. So she's gonna do the same attack every turn, basically. Oh, I'm not used to having to mash text anymore. So all the fake townspeople are actually parts of a big giant monster with a flower sticking out of his head. First things first, I'm gonna boost Peach. Geno boost is a 50% increase to attack and defense. So here it comes. This is attack she's not supposed to know. That attack is very, very hard to get the timed hit on because there is no visual cue and no distinct audio cue. So you need a lot of practice to be able to do the full 210 damage for that. Here I'm going to increase Mario's attack and defense power. The attack power increasing affects the bombs he's going to toss, which is sick. It affects all damage output, not just your attacks. Oh, that was a little too late, but I should be okay. I'm gonna heal my party here with the froggy drink. Mario's gonna toss the rock candy. Nice! I don't know what I'm gonna use that for, actually. That should be 210? Yeah, it's 210. Geno's dead, but that's okay. Geno doesn't really do anything at this point. Mario's gonna toss a freight bomb. Where is my freight bomb? Oh, there it is. She's gonna do another one of these. For a 210. And... you know what? I actually am gonna toss my extra ice bomb here. Oh wait, that was a bad idea, because I don't have enough to... Oh wait, yes I do. Nice. Okay, so all those extra flowers paid off, because I would not have had enough flower points to do an extra shocker there. That's why I kept my last honey syrup, but because I mistimed one, I tossed an ice bomb instead. That fight could have gone downhill, but it's okay, because I saved. So, alright, good Yardovich fight. If you kill him in 5 turns, it's a good yard fight in this category. You can kill him faster than that with freebies, but that extra ice bomb really helped me out. And there's the key, so I'm gonna unlock all the townspeople from the shed. Mashing, 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 mashing. Not used to this, but it's okay. This is how we used to do it. Okay, so I rescued all the real townspeople, and now I gotta unlock Land's End by talking to this guy a second time, and I'm gonna get some money. Let's talk to this guy to unlock Land's End, where I'm gonna get my second red essence. Okay, and now I'm gonna sell my flower box. That is not where you sell your flower box. This is where you sell your flower box. And that is down here. And I'm gonna buy... Actually, I don't buy anything. I just do an accessory ladder like that. Okay. On towards Monstro Town, sorta. This is Land's End. This is one of my favorite areas of the game just because everything about it is so goofy. I'm gonna grab a hidden chest here, and that's another red essence. That's gonna make me invincible for 6 turns on Culex, which should be enough to kill him. Whoops. Okay. This is just another kind of neat little platforming area. So I'm just gonna toss the rest of my ice bombs at these armor ants, because they can do massive damage, and we don't want that. And killing them with the ice bombs nice and fast. Oh, look, a freebie! I can use that on Balloon.
Go into studio mode.
I'm in studio mode. Need to win.
I don't know.
I'm glad I just have to play the game.
Obviously.
So there's 4 of these whirlpool fights you gotta do. It's alright. You just kill them with ice bombs. That's why I buy 4 ice bombs in this route, is to take them out. In like the marathon unsafe route that's super fast, you actually use fire bombs here, which is like a different strat. It's a little slower, but it saves a ton of time elsewhere in order for that to happen, so it's like not a big deal. But here, I'm just gonna use ice bombs. Oh, another freebie. Nice. Gotta love them. I guess I'll throw that rock candy at Culex in case my super jumps go horribly wrong. But that's not gonna happen, because playing the game, yeah. Look, practice saves for this category. I desperately need those. Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. I hope my EXP works out with this. It should, though. Level 10. Okay. Oh, shoot. Actually, no, that's fine. Yeah, this is totally fine. My EXP is a little bit off just because, like, I've never gotten 10 bombs in Mobile before, so I had, like, some pauses there, and that's, like, a glitch that happens when you level up 2 levels in the same star too close together, and that actually does deplete your star while not letting you move. So I'm gonna check on Mario's EXP and make sure that I have it. What's his EXP looking like? Status. Oh yeah, he's fine. He's got 9. He's gonna level up on below. Just means I'm gonna have to do more super jumps. This is the last area before fighting Culex. That is not the right fortune. There's 2 fortunes you can get here that are random, and one of them takes you to Belome, and the other one takes you to the statue room where there's, like, nothing good. Well, there's a bunch of good stuff, but not good for this category. And that's 4 in a row with the wrong one. Nice. 5 in a row. I think the max is 7, and then it automatically gives you the next one. There we go. Good stuff. Jump on his head, because why not? Okay, so Gino is going to use a Fright Bomb here. Ice Bomb does more than Shocker, so I'm going to toss all my Ice Bomb freebies here. And then I'm just going to super jump a whole lot with Mario, because I don't actually know how much to do with my decreased SP. A few more should be okay. Don't know exactly how many more just because I'm under leveled and my SP stat is a little lower than it should be on top of that. I'm not gonna go to 100, I think 80 is gonna be enough. Yeah, that's more than enough. Talking during super jumps, apparently the strat. And he hits level 11. Perfect. That's exactly the level that you want to be when you're fighting Culex. Well, actually, that is probably the most incorrect sentence I've ever said in my life, but that's exactly the level you want to be in this category when you're fighting Culex.
That's exactly the level you want to be at when you're an idiot like Pitch. And just do these absolutely ridiculous runs.
Basically. So here's the Super Suit and the Attack Scarf. The 2 items you always wanted to get as a kid and could never get as a kid. So I'm going to equip those. And I think it's time to make a safety save before this boss and do the final boss. Because this is where everyone in the party's like, wait, Mario, aren't we supposed to repair the Star Road? He's like, no, I've got a franchise to defend. You guys don't understand. We can't have crossover fan fiction on the Super Nintendo. This has to stop now. Battletoads and Double Dragon, what's that? So, fun fact, with the Super Suit and the Attack Scarf, I am so fast I get a turn before he can summon his crystals. It's kind of silly. If you're wondering what makes this the hardest final boss in the game, well, you're about to find out when he summons these things. He also floats, which changes the frame window for super jumps. It's, you have 1/20th of a second to land each super jump, and that number can fluctuate a bit when the enemy is floating. So, you'll see what happens to Peach and Geno here. Peach takes 0 because she has a safety ring, which depletes all elemental attacks. However, the Earth Crystal does not have any elemental attacks. Sandstorm, my favorite. And it missed Geno? That's alright. There he goes. Okay, so since Peach is still alive, I'll have her use maple syrup, because you want to have Mario not have to use that as often as possible, because it takes up a turn of Red Essence. Red Essence is making Mario invincible for 3 turns, and I have 2 of them. So I just gotta keep super jumping and hope that I kill him with super jumps before he kills me with literally anything when my Red Essences run out. So he's at about a quarter of where he needs to be to die, so I gotta just keep going. Enjoy the FF4 music. That's about another quarter of his damage. He's got 4,096 health total. Right now he's at about 2,400 damage out of that, so he's got about 1,600 health left, approximately. So, but he's incredibly easy to drop super jumps on, so this can be like kind of a terrifying fight with that knowledge. Because there have been times when I've run this and I was dropping at like 15 consistently, just because of like the fluctuation of the super jump window. I think when I ran this at No Reset Marathon, I took him out like when I would have died no matter what if I did not land enough super jumps on my last turn. This is the best I've ever done with super jumps on him, actually. I've never done this good. So time happens when the EXP box appears after everything dies, because he's only got like 400 health left. But I think my red essence just ran out, so let's see. I've got another one, but I just want to be safe. What's my status at now? Yeah, it ran out, so I'm gonna play it safe and use my other one, just in case I drop jumps like super early, like he's gonna kill me no matter what if I don't use this. I could just super jump away his last 400 health, but like, I don't know if that's super safe to do right now, so I'm just gonna keep going. So that's why these things are all doing 0 to me, is because I'm completely invincible at the moment. And because Peach used the maple syrup earlier instead of Mario having to do it, I don't have to waste a turn recovering my FP. I've got like tons of FP now. Alright, there we go. And time. Well, we didn't fix the star road, but you know, we did what's really important, so we're all good. Yeah, so that's a kind of weird little category that is shorter than any percent, so I ran it, and thanks for watching, everyone.